The Switch Lite got revealed. Oh, Breath of the Wild 2 news. Oh, Animal Crossing news. Oh, hello, I am Bird Boy. Welcome to the DoDump, where I just go through some gaming news, mostly Nintendo, because I'm a big old Nintendo fanboy. But first, wait, I recognize that YouTuber disingenuous, but first, is this a... Yeah, boy, we got a sponsor. What a week. We got monetized and we got a sponsor. Oh, and it's not just any sponsor. Big thank you goes out to Amino. If you don't know, Amino is a blog where you can search up various topics and find other fans and members of the community to link up with and to share your work and see their work. I frequent the Smash Bros and Nintendo Aminos and see the funny memes and discussions and news that people have posted up. They now have an app where you can post stories. I've posted 2 stories that you can go and watch now, where I show off an ingenious life hack and a behind the scenes tour of the office. Link will be in the pinned comment. Go download the app and check out the stories. I'll be uploading more stories here and there, like behind the scenes and sneak peeks to videos. Again, thank you so much, Amino, for sponsoring this video, and go check out the pinned comment for those stories. I woke up this morning and we got a reveal for the Switch Lite, the much rumored console for months now. You know what? I was kind of excited. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a cute console. They even showed that there's hip people playing it. The Switch is sticking to its marketing, saying that this is a hip console. Hey fellas, want to play some Minecraft? Now, I thought I wouldn't care about this console at all, because I was like, this isn't for me. You know, I'm a hardcore gamer. I need to plug it in the TV and game away on my couch, eating my nacho cheese and drinking Mountain Dew. Wait, you just eat the cheese? They made all the changes I would expect them to make. They made the screen a little smaller. They took away the IR sensor of the Joy-Cons, or even the removability of the Joy-Cons, the HD rumble. All things to make the cost a lot cheaper. And cheaper they succeeded. The Switch Lite is an entire $100 American, cheaper than the original Switch. Now, it stated directly that this is supposed to be a handheld console. Obviously, you can't even plug it into the TV if you wanted to. But I was actually into it. And then even in the trailer, they showed people with the normal Switch at home, like the kid playing Splatoon, and then you can swap off to the handheld version. So it was weird that they would include the original Switch and then the Switch Lite. And here's why. Because there is something that, after looking things up, I do not agree with at all about the Switch Lite, and actually turned me off completely from it, which is horrible because I'm a diehard Nintendo fanboy and I would have gladly had that. It looks cool. Look, there's a Pokemon Sword and Shield one. That looks awesome. The Switch Lite has the same battery life as the Switch. You're looking between 3 to 4 hours. Now, this is a big problem. You have entirely cut out the market of already Switch owners. People like me, which I know that there would be a handful of people that own a Switch and that would get a Switch Lite if it means that it actually is good for handheld play and that it can last a very long time. Now, granted, when I play on my 2DS XL, I play mostly with the charger plugged in because I'm at home. If I were to do that with the Switch Lite, hey, guess what? I have a Switch. I can just dock it unless I want to play in my bed. Hey, guess what? You can switch into friggin' handheld mode anyways. So you completely cut out the market of already Switch owners. Tell me that's not their demographic. I think that it would be included in their demographic, especially again for people that want the Switch experience but wish that it could be more in a handheld version. This was a perfect opportunity to address that if they just put in a lot more effort into buffing up the battery life. Even if it was like 2 hours, that would be significant and would make me curious and interested in wanting it. It's a lighter console. The gyro is just built into it. Overall, it's a sleek looking design. I'm not gonna lie, the Sword and Shield one looks awesome, especially the blue and pink buttons. Oh, that's dope. There was this little bit of this guy playing Fire Emblem, going to sleep, thinking about the waifus that he fought with, but that's up to Game Explained, single frame to analyze. The battery life is said to be slightly improved because of its more optimal chip layout. I'm assuming there's a weaker processor since they don't have to have some overclocking configuration due to it being docked. Same thing with the graphics processor. There's no like overclocking configuration that's needed. There's also no batteries in the controllers now. At least from the lads over at Express, they said they tested it and they got the exact same times for Breath of the Wild, about 4 hours. Well, if we're starting off with the Lite, it looks like it's going through the same family of iterations that the DS went through. The DS, the DS Lite, the DSi. We're gonna get the Switch I next. If we get some pro gamer model of the Nintendo Switch, I wonder if it'll have something like the VR or the Nintendo Labo stuff built into it. But since, of course, the Nintendo Switch Lite wouldn't really be friendly for the Nintendo Labo, the VR version, since you can't hold your Joy-Con, so you'd be forced to be playing like this, if it would even fit into it. That's about it, though. There's nothing that would make me want it other than it just looks dope. It's coming out the same day as Link's Awakening HD, which is September 20th this year. God, if they have a Link's Awakening HD version, though, I don't want to waste my money, but goddamn, there's already a funny little rupee lamp that comes with Link's Awakening HD. God, I wish I wasn't such a sucker for this crap. Such a stupid use of money. Oh, and after reading the Verge's article of this, the screen resolution is the same at 720, but from what they saw, you can't change the brightness, which doesn't make any sense because that was like the main thing I used to do on my 2DS to save the battery. The main draw for this, for Switch owners, would be battery. I do think 100% that that's a part of their demographic, because I would want to buy one. If there's no improved battery life, you're not really getting a better handheld experience like it's marketed as. It was just the price cut to get more units sold for Christmas, the kids version. Although we ain't got Tech Rex doing a drop test on this to see if it's better. This thing is a brick. Nothing is happening to this. But the Switch Lite, we'll see how much childproof it really is. Yeah, so as of right now, the main draw to it is that there's some bundle for me that I'm like, God damn, that looks cool. And if you say it's not for me, no, you're wrong, because I want a Switch version that I could play longer in handheld, and they come out with a version of the Switch that's made for handheld, and then yet really do nothing to the battery life. So you're wrong. The main thing, obviously, is that it's a cheaper Switch, and $100 cheaper is nothing to wave a Grookey stick at. In other news, we got some Breath of the Wild 2 information, not in the way that you would expect it to be, but in the way of job postings on the Nintendo website. So Nintendo put up 2 job postings for the Breath of the Wild sequel, one for 3D CG design for interior dungeon topography, actual dungeon topography, meaning that it will have a different look than the Breath of the Wild 1 shrine, which is awesome, by the way. The shrine's puzzles are cool, right? But a problem is that there was no variant of the terrain in the actual dungeon. So this shows that they're actually hiring people to make these terrains inside of the dungeons. So that's really exciting, especially when we are hearing things that, oh, Breath of the Wild 2 is just scrapped a Breath of the Wild DLC, and we're gonna get the same Hyrule, just an asset recycling. No, we're getting new assets, baby, specifically for dungeons. So that's hype. And of course, they're getting level designers. If they already had the ideas there in Breath of the Wild 1 in terms of DLC, they wouldn't need level designers. But this shows that maybe they were just there in concept, and now they're being fully realized, in that it was just like a story idea, but they didn't actually plan it out in terms of how the level design would be. So this is really exciting. We're actually getting a sequel. These job listings are gonna be done by the end of September, meaning this could take longer than we thought. Who knows if we'll even get Breath of the Wild 2 during 2020. I don't mind. I am completely okay with waiting if that means we get more dungeons, more terrains, a variance of biomes, better puzzles, in that they're not just all physics-based puzzles, and we get some, you know, traditional Zelda-style puzzles. I'm willing to wait. I have Link's Awakening to play with anyways. And whatever remake we end up getting during 2020, because I'm sure there's going to be another remake for the Switch. Probably Link to the Past or one of the N64 ones. I don't know. I mean, it could be Skyward Sword too. I don't know. By the way, I'm playing Skyward Sword over on my Twitch to review it. Twitch.tv/mr.dodo. Go follow me. It's a fun time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me just freaking knock around everything. Everything around me to knock down everything. Fuck this game. I'm really excited for Breath of the Wild, the sequel. I can't wait to see what they add in terms of the level design and the dungeons, as well as what the story is going to be. I should also mention on Game Rants, they stated that the level designer, I didn't get this from the Google Translate version of the job posting, but that the level designer is specifically for dungeons as well. So take that with a grain of salt. This heavily implies that we are going to get classic dungeons in Breath of the Wild 2. But again, nothing is confirmed yet. I would honestly be surprised if we didn't get classic dungeons in Breath of the Wild 2. Finally, in Animal Crossing news. I don't think the AC fans really like me after my last video. In a recent interview with game director Ayaki Okugo, they spoke a little bit more in depth about the multiplayer. Just as stated in the Nintendo E3 Treehouse Live event, one Switch with multiple accounts would all inhabit the same island, which is new to the series. From the original trailer, where they showed 8 villagers, or I guess islanders, going up to the shore, everyone Everyone thought that this meant you could do 8-player multiplayer at once. That's not the fact. 8 villagers can inhabit an island at once on one Switch. Local multiplayer, like what we thought it was going to be with 8 people, shown off in E3 Treehouse with Kyokugo and Nagomi playing together at once. That version of the game is only 4-player local. So you have to give your friends or family Joy-Cons in order to work on the same island at the same time. Again, it's only up to 4 people, 1 console locally. Online is the same as it's going to be before you visit an island or you have an islander visit you. And that's kind of disappointing in my opinion. They have the ability, 2 people working on an island at once or inhabiting an island at once, but they don't do it. I guess it would be hard to share an island with someone online, but like we're paying for this, servers, yada yada yada. I obviously won't talk for the Animal Crossing community. I'm not disappointed for the Animal Crossing community. I'm disappointed in just the fact that there is a local multiplayer mode that looks really fun that you cannot do online. If they have the coding and it can be done to figure out the things to do in netcode, that's how I'm disappointed. Not anything to do with Animal Crossing. Speaking of trying not to piss people off, I made a video talking about Sword and Shield's game design and how I appreciate the layout of towns, the gym puzzles, and the characters and all that. But that's unexcusable! The game is shit because of lazy animations and poor assets and the national decks. I want better animations too. If the game had Pokemon Coliseum animations, that would be awesome. Yes, they're recycling some animations. It looks kind of gross. I agree with that. Yes, I would obviously want the national decks. These are all things I would want as a Pokemon fan. But I don't think that we can just immediately dismiss the gameplay. We don't know how the post game is going to be. We don't know how the game mechanics is going to be. There's actually a hint that there's going to be like a sponsorship system in the game. As you climb up the ranks, you get new sponsors. That would be cool. There could be cool game mechanics. They always add things. We don't know how the multiplayer is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be a mess like Sun and Moon with the festival. Hopefully they heard us loud and clear and they changed that. It's too early to judge the actual gameplay. Yes, criticize the animation. Yes, call out Game Freak for their lazy corner cutting. But to say this game is an absolute piece of shit is, I think, unfair. The second that anyone voices any excitement, they get shit on. Look, all I'm saying is there should be a balance. There's different parts of a game. And yes, you can complain about one part of a game while enjoying another. If you only care about animation and you need to be immersed in your game and believe that the Pokemon are animals, so the animation really allows you to get that, you need to feel like the Pokemon are real. And if there's stiff animations, you don't get that feeling. I get that. If that's the case, that's not for you. But don't go and shit on someone that says, hey, I like this gameplay mechanic. Yeah, but the animation's shit. You can't like it. All right, that's all I'm saying. So that was it for the first episode of the DoDump. Every few days or week or whenever relevant, I'm just gonna kind of like go over news stories that piqued my interest, mainly Nintendo stuff. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe with bells, all that good stuff. Liking the video always helps a lot. And I'll see you guys later.